the simple one, it's you ask the person to sit down, make sure his hands, you see, this is not proper test. His hands, his legs have to be on the floor. Okay. Yep. You see, and he's kind of extended here. This is not the good level for him, but I'm just show you and let you know. So he have to be sitting like this, chair. 90. Yeah, you a little bit shorter.
Okay.
So what I'm doing here, but this is how you do test. You have to squeeze something between his, always squeeze. Now you're gonna place your hands on the shoulder like this, and you're gonna hold a bar, yeah, and place your, so it's like this. Let me show you. So put it like this. See, you're holding.
Okay.
So you're holding, and your elbows have to be up. Perfect. Got it. So look at this postural. 90. Have to be 90. That's not a 90. Have to squeeze this. Never lose that one. And what we're going to ask him to turn to the one side and to another. Slowly. And turn around. So what we're looking for, and you see this one is more restricted. This is like more restricted. Perfect. So it have to be 55 degrees. So
55. So
yeah. We have a clinometer. If you can have on your phone. It's a specific clinometer app. Or you can have a clinometer with, it's in the room.
When I twist to the right, I feel it a lot in my right side of my
restriction?
back. Yeah, well,
Okay.
It feels tight in my back.
Okay.
When I go to the right, when I go to the left, I don't feel that as much.
Okay. So it's always good to ask the questions if any mobility and what the client feel. Like, hey, do you feel any restrictions? So we're going to put this away, but I'm going to show you the most accurate thoracic mobility test. And you can do this with your customers. Let's jump on the table, child pose. We've done this so many times, so you guys have to remember that.
I remember this.
So child pose, you have to spread your leg. Your hands is always together. So what we're doing here, we check the mobility, thoracic mobility right in here. If you're testing your right side, you have to be on the left side and make sure the customer is not shifting the hips, okay? So what I'm doing, I'm just explaining to him. I'm not telling him like how to, so I just guide him. Go ahead and make sure you're not gonna twist your body. Let's say you're in a barrel, you just wanna look up. You're gonna place this arm on your back, just like that, and go ahead and try to twist and look up as far as possible without
like
any
this
pain.
way?
Yeah, and have to be 55 degrees. So what I'm doing here, I'm holding the hip so he's not gonna twist it. Most people, what they do in this, like they twist their hips, okay? So look up as far as possible. So this is not a 55, this is probably 30 degrees. Now come back to neutral, stay there. I wanna see if this is mobility problem or his brain not do motor control problem. So it's a motor control or it's a mobility. Now, how to check the difference between mobility or motor control problem? I support him and help him, right? You got it, Sarah? Okay, cool. So how I do this, I come up here, place my hands on the shoulder and ask him to turn. And you see the difference? How I can help him out? So that basically his brain don't let them do these movements. Now go ahead, test another one. Place in here. So I usually write old stuff down, but not today. So I'm standing right here, support my hip, and he place it, and go ahead and do it. Same thing, limited, right? Super limited. So let it go, and I help him out. And here I feel restriction. I'm not gonna push hard because if I feel restriction, so let it go. So that's what this means. Go ahead, sit down. We have mobility problem on the left side and motor control on the right side. So what I'm focusing on the left side first because you wanna do mobility first. Does anyone catch that? So we're gonna do this so many times.
Yeah, mobility.
Yes. So mobility, we do mobility first. If he's not because if you if you work on mobility and you restore mobility here, this shoulders might be like just go by themselves. Okay. Now I want to see is that the shoulder problem. So we already know the neck problem, the thoracic mobility problem. Go ahead, lay down, face down. Yeah, facing this thing. Now we're gonna check the. I know I go fast. You can stop me, and you can practicing if you want, guys. I mean, you want to practicing? Okay. Like I said, stop me. I want to try it. I want to see it. I want to try. This is all about you guys. I want to try it. I want to do it. So here, if I'm go super fast, and I think I know go fast because we got only 2 hours today. So here, I want to check the shoulder, if any internal, external, and extension of the shoulder problem. So I bring right here, make sure it's kind of 90, but he's not. Squeeze up here. And what I'm doing here, let me see on the camera. Someone have to be cameraman.
I'll do it.
There we go. So what I'm doing here, I'm support, make sure he's not raised his shoulder up. Hold it up here very gently. I just barely like a touch it. Make sure he's not compensated. And I'm gonna ask him to raise this arm up. And what's the external rotation of the shoulder? Does anyone know?
Yeah, the teres minor.
No, I mean what's the degree? How many degrees?
Oh,
supposed
how
to
many
be?
degrees?
You see, he's compensated. His hand is start rotated.
Oh.
And wrist, yes, and he's going
That's
inside.
80 degrees, is it?
90.
90.
Almost close, yeah, right there. So this is almost 90. Yeah, it's restriction. So it's not 90. It's a little restriction. Now
I see.
we do other way. Turns me. I have to be 60.
60.
Yeah. That's actually really close. Go ahead. Is that 60? If not, we measure it. So you can use on your phone, and this is the best thing ever. So we get up here, middle of the bone, and go ahead, raise again. So right there. And it's actually 42.
42.
Yeah, 42.
Oh.
Yeah, 42. Sorry, it's you have to look at the other way. 50, sorry, 50. Almost
50,
50.
okay.
Yeah, I have to turn it around. Let me keep it that way. So now what we're going to do, we're going to check extension of the shoulder. And extension of the shoulder, it's you have to just raise up. And it's a 55 degrees. And I don't think it's a 55. Do you guys it's 55?
Yeah, almost.
I always be picky, and I will never trust this guy. So go ahead, raise it up. Hold on. I'll let it go. So I hold it right here, and now go ahead, raise. Okay, hold on. Oh, I forgot how to measure this one, actually. Yeah, I'll write this. Sorry. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, raise up again. There we go. Hold on. And let it go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's good. Let's do another one. Another shoulder. So what we have? We have internal, external rotation of the shoulder, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the flexion is good. Okay. Go ahead, raise this one up. And that one is restricted too. Okay, and go do other way. Now this one is actually better. So we have a problem of external rotation, and internal rotation is fine. Now go ahead, do extension. And that's yeah, we have a problem with extension of the shoulder. Okay, I usually write everything down. It's just give me this idea, but I'm already on know this the thoracic mobility. I will probably do thoracic mobility and see how it's changed everything. So one by one. We got this.